What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about the new mysterious downloadable content that's appeared on Fallout 4. I've got a lot of questions about this over the last couple of weeks and I just thought I'd address it in a video. Because usually when one person asks, there's a few other people who don't know what's going on. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me bring you up to date. If you go ahead and head over to SteamDB, and SteamDB by the way is just a database that lets you view Steam in more detail. But what it lets us see here is the different applications and downloadable content that's in Steam and within its database. So if we go ahead and search for Fallout 4, then you can actually see that exactly 2 weeks ago, a new piece of downloadable content was added to Steam. It's listed here as Unknown App 598110. So this is what everyone's been asking me about. What is this new mysterious DLC that's apparently coming out for Fallout 4? Now some of you may remember previously that before we got our high resolution texture pack that was released quite recently actually, it also appeared as an unknown map in the SteamDB library. I actually did predict that it was going to either be a texture pack or virtual reality support for Fallout 4 a long time ago. But now that the texture pack is already out, what's this new piece of DLC here? Well, we know it's not going to be virtual reality because Pete Hines, who works for Bethesda, who published Fallout 4, actually confirmed this on Twitter ages ago, saying that VR would actually be an entirely new game specifically for virtual reality. Also, while we are on the subject of Fallout 4 in virtual reality, Pete Hines also confirmed that VR will be available to the public to try out at E3 this year, and it will also actually be released later on in 2017 for everybody to buy and play. Personally, I'm really excited to see how that goes, but sadly I'm not actually going to E3 this year. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. What is this mysterious piece of DLC? Well, those more observant of you may have seen Bethesda's recent tweets, because they are rather relevant to this conversation. Let's take a look and see what the first tweet says. Strength, a gentle soul who just wants to find the milk of human kindness. And then another tweet, perception. And then we had another tweet, endurance, and then charisma. And at this point people are like, oh, why is Bethesda tweeting out these tweets? And everyone's like reading into them and wondering what they might mean. And then they post intelligence. And if you are very intelligent, you might have even worked out where I'm going with this. They then tweeted agility, and then finally they tweeted luck. And I actually think luck came out on St. Patrick's Day. So obviously, these are all the main attribute stats from the Fallout franchise. And if you take the first word of each attribute, it spells out special. And now you're probably wondering, well ESO, what does that have to do with the mysterious Fallout 4 DLC app? Well, I put my money on Fallout 4 Special Edition being released pretty soon. I think that this was Bethesda's way of teasing it, that we're going to be getting a Fallout 4 Special Edition which will include all of its downloadable content. Kind of like the old Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas Game of the Year Edition or Ultimate Edition or what have you. And it's about time, to be honest. If you look back when Skyrim Legendary Edition was originally released, which included Skyrim and all of its downloadable content, well if you remember, the final DLC for Skyrim, the Dragonborn DLC, came out on December 4th in 2012. And then on June the 7th of 2013, Skyrim Legendary Edition was actually released, which included all of its DLC. That was 6 months later. But it's actually been a whole 7 months later since Fallout 4's last DLC, which was Nuka World, was actually released. Unless you include the texture pack, which came out rather recently. So whether I'm right or wrong about this mysterious piece of DLC, it really does seem that all the clues are pointing at it being Fallout 4 Special Edition. Or at least Fallout with all its DLC included in one package. Now some people have been wondering why they don't call it Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition or Fallout 4 Legendary or Ultimate Edition. But I do think it is quite appropriate, considering Skyrim Special Edition's recent release, that they name it using the same thing, and especially considering their recent tweets which kind of back it up. And this kind of brings me on to my next point here, guys, because it actually may be quite misleading to customers if they do call it Fallout 4 Special Edition, because the game's actually not had any tweaks or graphical enhancements like Skyrim Special Edition had. The only difference is you get the included DLC. So I'm not so sure if that's a good idea. But as far for when it's going to be coming out, I think the latest that we'll hear about this is E3 this year. It will be announced and then immediately released. But I actually think it will be out even earlier before E3. Re-releasing the game with all of its DLC at its $60 price tag, which is probably what it would cost because that's usually what Bethesda do, is a good way of getting more money from consumers that haven't bought the game and its DLC yet. Because there are actually quite a lot of people that would just buy a game and never really buy any DLC, so this is kind of targeting those people. Or even if you haven't played Fallout 4 yourself yet, it's a good time to jump on the bandwagon. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section and we'll see what the future brings. You can also smash that subscribe button, and if you do, just hit the little bell icon next to it, and then you'll actually get updated as soon as I release a updated news video when we find out what this is. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook as well for immediate updates. But thanks very much for watching, me ESO, and I will see you guys, loyal subscribers, in the next Fallout 4 video. So have a fantastic day and goodbye.